Hello students, this is Mrs. Wise and I'm going to demonstrate to y'all how to do a symmetrical string design. For some people this is going to be a review, but for some people it's going to be new. To do this you're going to have some kind of thick paper, cardstock or something thick like that. You're going to have some way to punch a hole, and I'm using a compass, metal compass. You're going to have a needle with a very large eye, scissors, some kind of glue, pencil, and then some kind of thread. I've got different kinds of cotton thread. Anything like this would be okay. Regular thread that you sew with would be too thin. You could even use this yarn as long as you have a needle that's wide enough to thread it with. I'm going to show you some different examples of some simple and some more intricate designs that students have done. Now, all of these are going to be symmetrical. That means that if you drew a line down the center and folded it in half, it'd be a mirror image of each other. All of these all your designs need to be a mirror image. This is one is a little bit more intricate. This one is a little bit more intricate. Has a little bit more to it. And this one is a little bit more intricate design. But keep in mind, if you drew a line down the center, they would be a mirror image. One side would be a mirror image of the other. And this is not it may look complicated, but it's not a very complicated design process. You're going to be doing most of your designing on the graph paper, and it really just amounts to a lot of counting. That's what it's going to involve. If you look at the back of these, this is where all the real work is done, is on the graph paper. So the first thing you're going to do is take your graph paper and you're going to glue it down on your cardstock. And then you need to draw a 7x7 square. See the 7x7 square? It doesn't really work if it's not a square. So you need to draw a 7x7 square on here. You're going to end up, when you get through, you're going to cut along these lines. So as you create your design, make sure that it doesn't go all the way out to this line. If it does, then when you cut out your finished 7x7, you might actually cut the thread. So that's not a good idea. So make it smaller. So on mine, I've drawn the 7x7. And then the next thing you have to do is find the very center. On this particular piece of graph paper, it's 14 over, 14 down. That's the very center of that square. After I've created the center of that square, then I have to work out my design on this page. This is probably the most complicated part of it, is to actually do it, create your design. And I'm just going to actually demonstrate a basic diamond design. Just a basic diamond design like this. So I found my center, and for my design, I'm going to count in 2 blocks. I'm going to go 12 blocks to the center over here. Like I said, it all involves counting, and I'm going to go 12 blocks over here. So that's where my diamond is going to start and where it's going to end. So I'm going 12 blocks up. So that's where my diamond is going to end up. There, and there. Okay, after I've done that, what I'm going to do, when you actually punch these holes and you to put the thread through, you're going to actually do it at a corner of a box on your grid. Okay, so this is my diamond. I've started drawing my lines in. And they're going to have the same kind of lines on the bottom. The string is going to come from here, just going to go to the hose I already have punched up here. Uh, Everything that you do is going to be on this back side. So I'm going to take my thread. I'm going to thread this pink. Start out with the pink. Thread my needle. Traditionally, when you sew, you put a knot in your thread to keep it from pulling out. On this, you already have a hole here, so you can't do that. What you're going to have to do is tape. That's what you need to tape for. You're going to take it and you're going to tape it on the back. Always tape on the grid side. So I've got it taped down so it won't pull through. So I'm going to start up here. You can start anywhere. Just have to follow your pattern. I'm going to and I'm just going to go from one hole to the next. And I'm going to go through the top again. Go through the top, and then the next hole. And it's very hard to mess this up because if you happen to make a mistake, all you have to do is release the tape and it all unravels. So I'm just going to the next hole, the top, the next hole. I'm just going to keep following my pattern. Pull that. So I'm going to rethread it. Like I said, this is very user friendly because any kind of correction is very easy to make. Through the next hole. Get it in there. Through the next hole. And then through the top. Up. Thread came out again. Okay. So I've used up all that thread. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come right here, see where I've used up, and it's not long enough to go around one more time. I'm going to take it and I'm going to retape it. I'm going to tape it down. And then I'm going to string my needle again and just keep going. This is the side you don't do any taping on this side. And if you have to go from one side to the other, you always do it on this side because this is the back side. After I've gone, and I'm going to do the same thing with the blue, I'm going to start right here. Well, start right here and just go in the same holes as the pink. So when you get finished, this is what it'll look like. And then what you would do after you've taped everything down, like I said, every time you run out of string, you tape it on the back, and you put more string on your needle, and you just keep on going till you get your design. And see how the back side has all the odd strings and everything, and the front side is a very clean design. Then you go back and you cut out, take your scissors and you cut out that 7x7 square that you drew on the back. And here's your finished product. Okay, I hope you enjoy this, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your summer. Bye.